Hello everybody and welcome to W3L Wrestling Showdown here on the W3L board. I of course am Stevie Wizard. I want to thank you for joining us this week on the Showdown, and not just for subscribing to this here channel, but for being part of Remedy this past Friday. Our first major event of the year. It was one that you should not have missed. How eventful was that show? What about that impromptu six-man tag team match? What about Nathan Reynolds making a surprise return? What about the situation with the women's title? Is Leah Owens still champion, or is Casey Owens now the champion? I'm really not sure, but we'll try and get to the bottom of it as soon as we can. Unfortunately, everybody's least favourite heavyweight champion, Joey Legend, still holds that championship. Kind of thing, I suppose, but hey, that's what happens. If you missed it, don't worry. We are in Buckhaven later today. We're actually preparing for that. You can probably hear us in the background. So if you can make it to Buckhaven, please do so, because it's going to be awesome. If you can't, don't worry. We have more live events happening next week, and I'll tell you about them very, very soon. But before we get to those, what about a match? We have got a battle here between a man who was in action last night, or sorry, this past Friday anyway, at Remedy. I'm talking about the Notorious Nobleman, Lucian Maynard Smith. He's taking on a newcomer to W3L, a man making his Showdown debut. He is the brightest flame in British wrestling, the Firebird. Now, can this fiery newcomer burn his way into a winning streak? Or is the nobleman going to extinguish him before his chances even begin? There's only one way for us to find out, and that's by heading down to ringside for this week's match.
This is Lucian Maynard Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, this contest in the singles match scheduled for one fall. First, from Heswall in England, weighing in at 14 stone, this is Lucian Maynard Smith. I will show this man and each and every one of you in attendance tonight. Our introduction is done. Representing the House of Smite, ladies and gentlemen, you are graced by the presence of none other than the Notorious Nobleman, Lucian Maynard Smith. Good day. And ladies and gentlemen, introducing
ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Fordyce here with you on W3L Wrestling Showdown, and we have a match here pitting a stalwart of W3L in the form of Lucian Maynard Smith in the yellow singlet, taking on a newcomer to Wrestling Showdown in the form of the Firebird. Now, of course, Lucian Maynard Smith we saw at the start of last month. He was part of that heavyweight title contenders tournament. Unfortunately didn't advance past the qualifying match, but it's not through want of trying, and he's still certainly a force to be reckoned with here in W3L, and he's hoping to reverse his loss by defeating newcomer the Firebird here this week on the Showdown. This is actually the Firebird's second match in W3L. He's faced a very good Mr. UNG Mackie on a live event, and he's certainly showing no fear of Lucian Maynard Smith. I mean, the Firebird debuted back in the September of 2014, while Smith debuted in April of 2010, so it's a big experience gap, but Firebird clearly is not intimidated. And he's definitely got the crowd on his side. You've heard that already. And they're obviously going to spur him on. Nobody really likes Lucian Maynard Smith, let's be honest. I mean, particularly, as you heard just moments ago, he complained about his ring introduction and then decided to do it himself. Whether it was better or worse than Stevie Wizard's, I'll leave you to be the judge of that. And the Firebird putting his hands where many have feared to tread, across the rear quarters of Lucian Maynard Smith, who's now leaving the ring. He's walking it off. I think it's more annoyance than any actual physical pain. But the Firebird, again, showing no intimidation. This is kind of strange territory for him. It's only his second ever W3L match. So Lucian Maynard Smith has the home field advantage if you want to think about it in those kind of terms. Right, he's part of W3L, has been for a long time. He knows the ring, he knows the territory. Firebird's a newcomer, and he's showing no fear about it. He isn't scared of Lucian Maynard Smith. He doesn't appear to be intimidated. True, he got the message of W3L when he faced the very good Mr. UNG Mackie previously, but that was just one match. And so the second one, and certainly this is his first ever match here on Wrestling Showdown, you think would be a big test for him, but he's not showing any nerves at all. I mean, he does refer to himself as the brightest flame in British wrestling, and he may well be. He's certainly looking to singe Lucian Maynard Smith here on Wrestling Showdown this week, and we'll see if he can. But look at this, he's wanting a test of strength. Smith not particularly interested in doing it, certainly taking his time. And the Firebirds, he's red hot, with no pun intended, but Smith just being very slow to do anything here. And oh, nice move by the Firebird, spinning around, disorientating Lucian Maynard Smith. I've never seen this before. And Smith's all over the place. And what a great move by the Firebird, pulled out something I don't think we've ever seen, certainly here on the Showdown before. Look at this, high-fiving the fans, everything. I told you he was popular. And Lucian Maynard Smith, I don't know how much he studied or had the chance to study the Firebird in his previous match, so maybe he's not seen anything of him. I know there's stuff online, you can watch the Firebird, you can see him in action, and there's certainly loads of Lucian Maynard Smith online, but how much has Smith done for study? And it looks like very little, as the Firebird got out of the way with a drop toe hold. He has applied the side headlock. We're getting a loud Charlie Brown chant in reference to Lucian Maynard Smith's singlet. Does he have any peanuts in there? I'm not even going to look. But the Firebird with that side headlock clamped firmly on. And of course, think how well his career would go if he defeated Smith. I mean, okay, Smith lost the heavyweight title contenders match, so be it. But he's had a lot of big victories in W3L. He's again a stalwart, as I said. He's a mainstay of the company. He's had some big victories, faced some top opponents in some big matches. But think what it would do for the Firebird if he defeated Smith here this week in the Showdown. I mean, certainly management will sit up and take more notice of him. The fans will as well, other wrestlers will. This could lead to goodness knows what opportunities. Now, of course, getting that victory over Smith is going to prove very tricky, because you can see Smith just choking him in the corner. He's got a huge repertoire of dirty tactics, which you've seen him break out on numerous occasions, and he does like those back rakes. Goes straight in for the cover, but the Firebird kicking out. Now I'm not sure if you spotted this already, and I'm not entirely sure the camera angle is conducive of this, but if you get the opportunity, look at the Firebird's back. He has a tattoo that covers the entirety of his back. It's a tattoo of flames. Smith in for the cover again, and it literally goes from kind of neck to tail. It's very impressive. I can't imagine how long that took to get put on there, and just think of the pain threshold he must have to be able to sit through getting that done. So Smith may find it slightly trickier to put the Firebird the way he was expecting, because if a man can sit through getting a back tattoo like that, how much is Smith going to have to do to him to put him down for a 3 count? But Smith is certainly trying. He's caught him with the back elbow, and just and goes in for a cover again. You see Smith taking every opportunity, but Firebird still not ready to put out yet. And Firebird predominantly competing in the northeast of England, wrestles for a few promotions around there, as Smith just throttling him on the ropes. In his career he's encountered likes of BT Gunn and Grado, so he's faced some like top level competition in one way or another. But of course this is his first wrestling showdown match. He's up against Lucian Maynard Smith, and things are not going Firebird's way. They were at the beginning, but not so much now, it looks like. Smith lands the elbow drop, and again, of course, Smith wants nothing more than to defeat this young upstart, to gain another victory, to regain momentum and aim himself squarely at that W3L heavyweight title, which I'm sure you know is still in the hands of Joe E. Legend. And of course Lucian Maynard Smith would love to get his hands on that title. Everybody in W3L would. Firebird definitely would. But of course wanting it and getting it, two completely different things. And down goes the Firebird. Has Smith been able to extinguish him? Certainly not. The embers are still burning brightly, but Smith doing everything he can. See, Lucian Maynard Smith definitely not maybe taking Firebird as lightly as he thought, because he's trying for a pin every single opportunity, and of course you don't get paid by the hour, so of course it benefits Smith to take him down, defeat him as soon as he can. And that's definitely what he's trying to do. See, working on with a variety of tactics. Of course Smith has a powerful arsenal of moves. What's quite interesting, I find, is that these two men have very different styles. Of course Lucian Maynard Smith over the years has evolved his abilities, if you like, his repertoire, his style, into incorporating more traditional British hold. Hang on, Firebird for a cover. Only a 2. Smith uses a more traditional British style, incorporates a lot of that into his offence, and Firebird has trained in Lucha Libre, or certainly a British version of that, so they do have two diametrically opposed styles. So far seems to have benefited Smith more than Firebird, but as I say that, Firebird is coming back, and this is what he needs to do, keep a couple of shots. So again goes straight for the cover. He needs to keep on top of Smith, get him with some big moves. He likes to use that pyre driver, which is his version of the package pile driver. He's put many people away with that, and if he drops Lucian Maynard Smith for that, this one will be over, I am sure. We'll wait for the kick. Smith gets out of the way though, and a boot right to the face, and Firebird went right down the back of that one. Covers 1, 2, but he kicks out, and I think Smith was maybe thinking that could have been it. And the straps are coming down. Smith means business here. The referee's telling him to cover back up, but I'm not quite sure we can really give him a warning for that. Oh, he's going for the Smith trap, and he's got it locked in. Now can the Firebird hold on? Can he get out of it? And yes, he does. I don't think Smith had it fully locked in. Firebird gets out, kicks him. Oh, he's gone for the pyre driver. He's got him hooked for the pyre driver. If he hits, this is going to be over. He's trying to get Smith up, but Smith's a big guy. And Smith backdrops. Holds on. 1, 2. And the Firebird nearly had that. He held on after the backdrop in a sunset flip.
And looks like he's setting up Smith for something, waiting for him to stand. And he kicks him right in the face. This must be all. Firebird gets... No! He pulls Smith off the canvas. I thought he was going for a pin there, but obviously has other ideas. Smith up across the shoulders, but elbowing his way out. This could be a mistake on the Firebird's part. Smith raking the eyes, blocking the nose and everything, and just pulls him down. Smith does that sadistic streak. Doesn't always come out, but it's there. Oh no, he's pulled down the knee pads. You know what this means. And as Firebird gets up, it's the greetings from the House of Smith. And Firebird goes face first in the mat. Referee's in position. So he hits 2 and he hits 3. And Lucian Maynard Smith beats Firebird.
Win the match, Lucian Maynard Smith.
So Lucian Maynard Smith regains some momentum and gains a big victory over this fantastic newcomer, the Firebird, here this week on Wrestling Showdown.
So a fantastic match, I'm sure you will agree, ladies and gentlemen. You can see that kind of thing live and in person for W3L. Of course you can watch it on Showdown, but nothing beats seeing it live. And if you want to see us live, then you can. 4 times next week. And this coming Thursday, that's 11th, we're going to be in Berwick upon Tweed. We'll have Grado with us. Can't argue that. The following day, that's the Friday the 12th, we're going to be making our debut in Stockton on the Tees. Then Saturday, we are at the Southside Community Centre in Edinburgh. Tim Wiley battles Mike Musso, and we round out our swing of February dates on Valentine's Day. Sunday the 14th, we're in Galashiels, as we know that El Technico faces the leader of Sanctuary, the very good Mr. Ewan G. Mackey. Plus there's so much more happening. They're being filmed for Showdown, but get yourself along, because there's always things that happen that you don't see on camera, and nothing beats seeing W3L live and in person. Ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much wraps up this week's edition of Wrestling Showdown. I hope you've enjoyed it. I have. Again, thanks for coming to the MD if you were there. Shame on you if you weren't, but it's going to be coming out on DVD hopefully in the not distant future, so you can see everything that went down then. Ladies and gentlemen, join us in Berwick upon Tweed, Stockton on Tees, Edinburgh, Galashiels, wherever you can find us live and in person. We will see you back here in 7 days' time on W3L Wrestling Showdown.